Hi, I'm Diane Miller. I'm 48 now, and for most of my adult life, I was married to one man, Mark. We met in college. I was 21. He was 23. Mark was charming, confident, and had this magnetic energy that made me feel like I was the only woman in the world. What started as a whirlwind romance slowly turned into a quiet, ordinary routine. I thought that was just how marriage was supposed to be, comfort over passion. But there was one thing, one painful silence that lasted 25 years. Mark never once engaged in oral intimacy. At first, I thought maybe he was shy or just needed time. But as the years passed, he never changed. Every time I brought it up, he brushed me off. "Not my thing, Diane," he'd say. And just like that, the door would close again. So I stopped asking. I buried that ache under the weight of motherhood, work, dinner parties, soccer games, and his career meetings. I smiled when other women talked about romance, nodding like I understood, while inside, I felt unseen. It wasn't about sex, it was about connection. About being desired, feeling special, being touched with intention. I tried to bring back the spark, new clothes, surprise dates, weekend getaways, but the spark only came from me. Mark never reached back. He was a good man, sure. A responsible father. But emotionally, I was alone in that marriage. And when our children left for college, the silence between us became deafening. One evening, I looked across the dinner table and said, "Mark, do you ever miss us?" He looked up from his plate. "Miss what?" "The way we used to be." He shrugged. "We're comfortable, aren't we?" Comfortable. That word cut deeper than I expected. I started walking alone every day just to hear myself think. That's when I met Alex. He was a trainer at the gym I had just joined. 10 years younger than me, warm eyes, soft laugh, and most of all, he listened. Really listened. One rainy morning, I arrived early. He was the only one there. We ended up talking for over an hour. No distractions, no phones. Just presence. And one day, when I casually joked about my husband's lack of intimacy, Alex didn't laugh or flinch. He simply said, "That must be really hard." That one sentence unlocked something in me. I went home and cried in the shower for over an hour. Not because I had feelings for Alex, but because for the first time in decades, someone saw me. I wasn't angry at Mark anymore. I was angry at myself for staying silent, for thinking I didn't deserve more. So I changed. Quietly. I started therapy. Journaling. I joined a women's circle. I stopped pretending to be okay. When I finally told Mark how I felt, invisible, unwanted, emotionally abandoned, he just blinked and said, "You're overthinking it." That was the moment I realized we weren't speaking the same language anymore. I didn't cheat. I didn't walk out dramatically. I just started reclaiming myself. Alex and I drifted apart naturally. He wasn't the solution. He was the mirror I needed to remember what I had lost. 2 years later, Mark and I separated. No screaming. No chaos. Just acceptance. We had become roommates long ago. Today, I live in a cozy apartment surrounded by books, plants, and friends who remind me I'm still alive. I've learned that intimacy isn't about one act. It's about being seen, heard, and loved without having to shrink. So if you're in a relationship where you feel small or invisible, hear this. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. It's never too late to choose yourself. And after 25 years, I finally did.